Good Monday and welcome back. Welcome to the last Monday in September. How's that grab you? We are knocking on the door of October, as well as a weather change that's already afoot. We'll talk about that in just a few seconds. And lower temperatures certainly through much of your 7-day, and some shower and storm chances to speak of before we wrap up your forecast. Immediately after which I'll be getting ready to go over to the Sagersville City Council meeting, a special session tonight, as I informed you on Friday's broadcast, and we'll see what transpires there. We believe regarding an ordinance pertaining to the Sagersville Waterworks operations. With that said, we will check in with my friend Jimmy Kinney and the Hillbilly Christmas in July bunch. Their horse show in Magauffa County was one of the biggest that Magauffa County's held, and it went very well. And we'll check in with him on a couple of quick fronts. We'll check in on Conley Racing and a few other things, and we'll talk about the Ivy Point Hill. I still do have a scheduled closure to tell you about, but we're still waiting on right now official word of an unscheduled closure that started around 2 o'clock today, being opened. I'll get to that in just a few seconds. All I know right now at this hour in regards to skeletal remains found here in the eastern part of the state is that the Round County Coroner's Office responded to the call in the wooded area in Moorhead yesterday afternoon around 4:30 or so, where someone found or stumbled upon skeletal remains which were confirmed to be so, and were sent to the state medical examiner's office to be further investigated. No other information was released. An extensive search was done of the area last night and again today. And again, those remains were forwarded to the state medical examiner's office. And as the investigation is still early and ongoing, that's the only details that I have at this hour. The Ivy Point Hill is set to be closed for a few weeks, starting on October the 9th, which is a little more than a week away, the 9th through the 22nd. So we're going to have a drive around or a work around, if you will. This announcement comes simultaneous as Ivy Point has been closed since about 2 o'clock. A blast or detonation to move some earth took place around that time, and just a few moments ago I was still awaiting word as to whether or not the road was open. Yes, October the 9th through the 22nd. Ivy Point's going to be closed down completely. So I'll be reminding you off and on between now and then you'll remind yourself, like I will, when you head that way and forget. It's just human nature, can't help it. October the 9th through the 22nd. I can tell you that after a big blast was set off today around 2 o'clock, just about 10 or 15 minutes before I started the show, I just got confirmation Ivy Point Hill, the road was back open after they had to move all the earth and rock and debris that was pushed down the road, I guess, during the blast, from what I understand. Nevertheless, it's open now, and will be open hopefully between now and October the 9th, when it will be shut down for a little more than a couple of weeks. It's in the air and it's on the calendar. Fall is here and the seasonal shop is filled with new clothes for the season, new arrivals from Charlie Page, Mud Pie, Royce, and more. And the new shoes are some of their favorites that they've ever had. And beautiful t-shirts and sweatshirts for every occasion and season, plus new shirts for all the Wildcat fans, the Magauffa County Hornet fans, teachers, football mamas, and more. And fellas, they didn't leave us out either. After many requests, they have brought back the fan favorite turn rows, shirts, and hoodies, and they've got a large selection of Ridge and Holler. And if you need a little self-pampering, their new selection of spa gifts are the perfect gift idea or a treat for yourself. Fall and Halloween decor on the floor right now. It's gorgeous, and Christmas is coming through the door right now, all at the seasonal shop.
Did you hear about the wireless plan with no credit check?
No contracts, but tons of great features.
It's Forward Pay with Appalachian Wireless.
Deals start as low as $19.99 per month for unlimited talk and text and no long-term commitment.
Use your own device or ask about deals on the latest and greatest devices, some as much as $250 off.
Forward Pay on the region's best network.
Because we are you. We are
Appalachian Wireless.
See AppalachianWireless.com for terms and conditions.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in small town values.
And mom and dad and the things they handed down.
I believe some of the best people in the world are farmers.
I believe in insurance that protects families, homes, and cars. I believe in always finding a way to do what you love. I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
Hello, I'm Dr. Cheryl Stalder-Cheney, podiatrist currently located in Syersville, Kentucky. I've been servicing patients within Eastern Kentucky for the past 20 years.
Our feet are the foundation for everything we do, and whether you're suffering from fractures or injuries, need custom orthotics, diabetic foot care, sports medicine, heel pain, wound care, or anything else foot related, relief is just one step away.
Welcome to Hope Family Podiatry Center, where we take care of all of your podiatric needs.
Located on the Parkway next to Hope Pediatrics. Get the right fit, the right tread, and the reliability you need for whatever you're rolling in at Conley Tire, where right now through October the 31st, get a $100 rebate on Generals, $120 on Kumos, and go to conleytire.net to find other special offers on the biggest names, plus brakes, oil changes, and computer diagnostics, all with 6 months no interest at Conley Tire in Staffordsville. It was their first ever go at a horse show. The Hillbilly Christmas in July bunch actually took a couple of weekends due to Mother Nature to get it in and get it done, but they did. And they saw one of the biggest crowds the McGoffin County Horse Park had seen, and they've seen some good ones. And Jimmy Kinney also says that they're already seeing their way into another horse show, as well as we caught up on a few other things. I didn't get to go with them this year when they took their check, and actually Shriners Hospital representatives came to Eastern Kentucky to collect and pick up their check this time around for $81,000. Not a record year, but up there among the very top, putting them closer to that $1 million. We spoke about that to start off the following interview. We spoke about the horse show. We also spoke about a new interest that the Hillbillies and our local officials and some others are seeing into possibly trying to find some funding for an inclusive, if you will, handicap playground to go somewhere in Syersville, perhaps Ramey Park, somewhere else in McGoffin County. $81,000, huh?
$81,200.
You know,
great year.
Yeah, it was a great year. I mean, it's what do you kind of attribute that to? You think?
Well, good donations, good people, and hard work. That's what it always boils down to. But getting the word out about what we're doing is making a big difference, and everybody's coming through.
Talk to me about this horse show. I know you guys kind of fell together on a whim almost.
Actually, we did our ride. We ended up at the MAC, and there's a little girl there that worked there, and she said, "Why don't you guys do a horse show?" And we thought about it a little bit. And next thing I knew, we're in Syersville doing a horse show, and this is the first ever for us. And of course, we called it the first ever Hillbilly Christmas in July horse show, and it drew a lot of attention. And of course, we got rained out the one day, and we came back the following Saturday and finished it up. But had a great time, and just a super time, and we met a lot of good people.
What's next for you guys? I know that you're busy every weekend all year round. What's coming up?
Well, let's see. Next weekend, the 30th, we got the Walnut Festival in Syersville. So we want to come down and bring the bike down and showcase it, and a few T-shirts, and talk to people about what we do and about our kids in this area, and what we can do to help them and draw attention to what we do. And looking forward to that, and meeting a lot of people. Of course, October, the first weekend of October, that'll be Apple Day Festival. The next weekend, Jenny Wiley Festival, and it just goes on. We got full month of October. We're scheduled for it.
Let's put the money aside. The money is awesome. The things that the extras, if you will, or however you want to refer to the wonderful things that the hospital's been able to do with the money that you guys have supplied, the van and all that's awesome. But let's set it aside and talk about what's really important, and that is people just knowing what is out there and available, isn't it?
We've really worked hard at the money. We did it all started as a toy drive. We took down over 50,000 toys in the past years. Money-wise, as of right now in 18 years, we've taken down over $876,000. And our goal is to meet that $1 million goal in 20 years. So we've got 2 more years to come up to 125. But if we take all the money we take there, if something happens and we don't take another dime down there, that hospital is not going to shut down on Hillbilly Christmas in July, what we give them. But what we can do, most important thing, is we're looking for a child that needs help. If there's a child anywhere that need the help of the Shriners Hospital, that's what we're looking for. And we may never see it, but maybe by getting out and talking about what we do and the services that the hospital has, maybe somebody will hear it, a parent or a guardian will say, you know, my child might be able to get something out of this. And the good part about it is you don't have to have a referral from a doctor or anyone. All you have to do is call the hospital and make your own appointment. You go down, they'll check your child out. If they can help it, they will, and if they can't, they'll maybe put you in the right direction. The other aspect of this is transportation. I've heard people say, well, I don't like to drive in Lexington. It makes me nervous. Well, they have transportation. All you have to do is call the hospital. The hospital will get a hold of the temple. The temple will call the drivers and say, this is the number you need to call. And they'll call you and make arrangements to come and pick your child up, take it to the hospital, and bring you back. So there's a lot of stuff out there that the hospital does that people are not aware of. And this is what we want to do. We want to meet with people and talk to them. And if there's ever a question, you know, give me a call and we'll figure it out.
I know that you guys, and we'll talk more about that a little later because we're going to have opportunities to do so, but are wanting to get a little more of a footprint in McGoffin County and start working with some folks, and you've already made those inroads. But we discussed floating the idea out there of your next goal for here in McGoffin County, and I think that's a really good one, and I think people are probably going to get on board with that. And tell me where we are with it.
What we did years ago, we came up with the idea that we'd like to have a totally handicapped playground for our kids. And not just for our kids, but you think about what we have now is a playground that if you have a child that is a healthy child, but maybe the parent or grandparent is in a wheelchair or walker, anyone can come to our playground and enjoy it. And we did that in Pipeline. At the time we did it, that was the first inclusive playground in the state of Kentucky of its type. And just to think that we did it here in Eastern Kentucky was just unbelievable. But I think that this is something that would be real good in McGoffin County. You've got 78 active kids as of January that are going to the Shriners Hospital. How many more people out there that could enjoy a playground of the type that we're talking about? And talking to some of the people, especially through the horse show, I think the whole county is ready and the city is ready to do something different. And it's something that brings the people together. It's not just okay, a company or an organization is going to come in here and build this. This is something that the community gets involved in. And everybody's a part of it because this is our playground. And this is the way we always run it. This is ours. And I like to have everybody, if you put a nickel or dime in it, that's your playground. And you made a part of it. And this is what we drive, we push to make successful. And I think that McGoffin County and Sayersville is ready for this playground. And I'm going to try my best to do everything I can to get it going and make this thing a reality.
Conley Racing had a big weekend, brought home a championship, and they're going to try it again this coming weekend. I'll elaborate more in just a few seconds. Right now, here's tonight's McGoffin Farm Bureau calendar. And there's one thing for sure. There's no reason to not get a flu shot if you want one. Give me a second. Coach for Kids going right now. The drive is alive this year with a goal of $15,000 to help 150 kids with warm shoes, clothing, and the like. Contact any Mason or Paul Montgomery at 424-6302. Flu shots, yeah, well, they're available, and you don't have to look far. First off, the McGoffin County Health Department has flu shots available now, and it's not too early to get a flu shot. Monday through Thursday, weekly, 8 until 3. Fridays, 8 until noon at the McGoffin County Health Department. Medicaid, Medicare, Anthem Kentucky Employee Health, United Healthcare, and Humana. Take them. And if you have another insurance, call and ask. A free flu shot clinic is coming up at the McGoffin County Senior Citizens Center tomorrow. 11 till 1. They're hosting ARH to give their community access to free flu shots. This event is open to the public, and they can provide transportation to anyone over 60, but you'll need to call first thing in the morning, 349-5152. And don't forget the one for our veterans. And that's, of course, going to be in the DAV meeting room in the back of the community center. where the Prestonsburg VA will be hosting their annual flu shot clinic for Montgomery County veterans October the 5th, which is just days away. The calendar is here nightly for you. All you have to do for announcements like this and those birthdays and anniversaries is tell me any way you can so I can tell indeed everyone else. Going on with other announcements this Monday, funeral services brought to you by the Montgomery County Funeral Home, who tells me that services will start tomorrow at 1 for 84-year-old Phyllis Jean Helton Mann of Sagersville. She passed away Friday, the daughter of the late Kearney and Alta Gullett Helton. She survived by her daughters, Debbie Sweeney and Donna Sloan, grandchildren Jeremy Sweeney and Abby Nicole Howard, and a great-grandchild, Cade Lucas Sweeney. In addition to her parents, she's preceded in death by her husband, Jimmy Mann, a brother, Mikey Helton, and sisters, Etta Mae Helton and Ruth Ann Montgomery and Carrie Alice Jenkins. Services start tomorrow at 1 from the Montgomery County Funeral Home. Visitation will be starting after 11 in the morning. And services will be held this coming Sunday at 2 for 66-year-old Franklin D. Murphy Ross of West Liberty, who passed away Saturday at his home, the son of the late Willie Lee Ross and the late Mary K. Stacy. He survived by sons Frank Ross Jr., Jordan, and Jaylee Murphy, as well as daughters Melinda Miller, Melissa Ross, and Audrey Keaton, stepchildren Daniel Sparks, B.J. Sparks, Christy Gibson, and Michelle Sparks, his brother, Hager Ross, 4 sisters, Louise Gibson, Christine Nichols, Juanita Banks, and Daisy Holland, 26 grandkids, and 7 great-grandchildren. Services, again, this coming Sunday at 2 at the Bethlehem to Calvary Apostolic Church. Friends can visit the church this coming Friday after 5 for visitation, as well as all day Saturday. Two locations, 2 ATMs, too much history, over 120 years, and just too many reasons not to trust the oldest, only banking family that exists for the sole purpose of helping your families, our friends, grow financially and securely. Lean on Sagersville National Bank for any of your home, auto, commercial, retirement, or online banking needs. And let us help you make your dreams come true. The reassurance of getting your medications and over-the-counter needs at Sagersville's oldest and most trusted pharmacy, the convenience of curbside pickup and call-ahead service, and the fact that you can walk in, order to go, or sit down and get gourmet quality hot fudge brownies, nachos, shakes, coffees, hot dogs with homemade sauce, desserts, and more makes it more than your hometown Good Neighbor Pharmacy. It's a destination in downtown Sagersville, Frazier's Prater Drugstore. It doesn't get any sweeter than that. Someone dies in the U.S. every 7 minutes from an overdose, and over half of the population gets or takes pills from a friend or a relative. And about 46 million and counting are exposed to narcotics in their drinking water. So don't toss them, flush them, or leave them lying around. Safely dispose of your unneeded meds anytime at Parkway Pharmacy,
where you can always talk to a pharmacist when you need one.
I didn't try to run down Martin Conley this week because, well, I'm going to be doing that next week. 1 championship down and 1 more to come. If you've been watching here or reading the Sagersville Independent, we've been trying to keep up with the Conley Racing team as they have been the points leader pretty much all season long and had very few losses. We'll get some more specifics on that a little later, but this past weekend, they were in Indy, and they made it to the final round in the NMCA World Street Finals. This is after going into this NMCA championship pretty much assured, unless something catastrophic happened, that they were going to be the championship, win or lose the whole race. In fact, they didn't win the whole race. In fact, Martin says he got outrun by his good friend, Stephen Barnett, after an uphill battle at Indy all weekend. They spun real bad in qualifying early. They got a bad spot on the ladder, and they had to climb their way through some really tough eliminations. And then they ran into their buddy in the finals and came up just a bit short. However, Conley was already so far ahead in the points that it didn't matter, and he brought home the NMCA championship. Now, this is what's coming up next. He's going to drive the big brown truck a few days this week. I'm not sure how many, and they'll do a quick turnaround. They're headed back to Bowling Green this coming weekend for the NMRA World Finals, where he's sitting in the same catbird seat. It's also the Holly Ford Fest weekend as well. I was planning on making that trip all summer long until I had the revelation that it's also Andrew's 21st birthday. So that's not going to happen, and I'm just really wanted to be there. But nevertheless, we wish them well. We'll be talking to them soon, as once again, he is looking to bring home another championship next weekend. Here's a couple of the earlier rounds, and then we'll see in about 2 seconds in real speed. Here's the championship where his buddy got the green light, or the win light rather, but they got the championship. Now, it is officially fall. Has been for a couple of days now, and we've got a pretty fall-like forecast. Even though we've got a pretty warm day ahead tomorrow, temperatures are on a steady decline for the most part thereafter. A little bit of back and forth. They'll hover in the low to mid-70s after 56 degrees tonight. Mostly clear skies, a little patchy fog later on as well. No shower chances, but just some more cloud cover that's trying to lift in part and will do so during the overnight. But as we see mostly cloudy skies kind of work their way back into the morning, we'll see some gradual clearing. And we'll see ultimately the sun shining around 80 degrees tomorrow, and east-northeasterly wind around 5 miles per hour or so. So, like I said, we'll see some clouds clear, and then we'll see them increase during the overnight, and then we'll see them slowly clear tomorrow with that 80 degrees and sunny for your Tuesday, a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Shower chances 20 to 30% after 5 a.m. tomorrow night, Wednesday morning. So it's going to be a dry one tomorrow. Wednesday and Thursday, I can't say that. Wednesday, we'll see temperatures fall back to about 77, 57 for your low. Partly sunny skies, and I would say that sometime anytime after 8 o'clock in the a.m. on Wednesday, we'll start to see shower chances work their way up to 70% or so and just kind of hover there for the rest of your Wednesday. There'll be a little sun in between. There'll be some showers and maybe a few thunderstorms. Taking us into Thursday, where temperatures continue the decline down to 73, and for the most part, showers and storm chances will linger until 11 or noon, I think, maybe a little thereafter, but that will be the bulk of them if we see a bulk. And then, as you saw, Thursday holds a 73 and a 56-degree day. Friday, there you see 76, mostly sunny as we recover, and 55 Friday night. And then we are clear and beautiful, and for the Walnut Festival coming up this weekend and everything else, look at that run. 76 and mostly sunny Friday, some early showers that should be gone. And then 75 and beautiful Saturday, mostly sunny, 77 sunny on your Sunday, 77 and ditto on your Monday with sunny skies. So, like I said, it's fall. It's a nice fall forecast. It does have a little bit of rain and a few shower and storm chances as well, but pretty nice. That's it. I'm off to Sagersville City Hall. I'll have that and other news when I see you back here tomorrow night. Thank you for watching.